First, we're gonna. This is a kind of a lengthy list, so we're gonna go one by one. Extra fees, okay? Let's talk about some extra fees, such as the extra second meal now being added for second entree, excuse me, in the main dining room, added for Norwegian Cruise Line. Okay, now, of course, Carnival Cruise Line had been doing this, I think, for the last year and a half. I forget if it's the second or the third.
I think it's the third for Carnival.
Third for Carnival.
My whole thing with Carnival was, well, how many entrees do you want? And if you get a third one for $5, who's really complaining about that?
Right. Even for a second, too. A second, if you want a second, right? Now, NCL in the main dining room, I forget exactly what date this is happening, but this is a change in 2026 where the second entree, if you want a second complete entree, it's going to be $5. Okay. Something that NCL had never done before. And again, you're starting to see more and more cruise companies do this, whether they copycatted Carnival and said, okay, let's do the second, let's do the third, let's do the fourth. Okay. You're starting to see kind of like these extras or extra amenities. I wouldn't say extra amenities, but these extra things that you were used to getting for maybe free that aren't anymore. Okay. And I'm starting it off light with the second meal because I know more than half of this list, Bill, is totally controversial. So, I mean, are you starting to now budget differently, Bill, when you're on cruises because of the extra things you may have to pay for? I'm not saying you're going to get a third entree or a second entree.
Right. Well, yeah, see, stuff like that doesn't bother me because I don't know who in the right mind orders 3 entrees. I just don't. I mean, people do. I'm not a big waster of food. So, yeah. I look at the menu. What do I want? Just like I was going to a regular restaurant. You don't order 3 entrees if you're going to a steakhouse, on land. You don't order three entrees. You pick something you want, you order it. I do that too. Luckily, the cruise lines are pretty generous. Okay, you want to try another one? Here, you try another one. Who does 3? And I understand some people. I don't like seafood. I don't, crab legs and all that, and lobster and all. I don't eat that, and I know a lot of people on those nights go overboard. So maybe that's the time that they do it. But I don't see that as nickel and diming.
What about like something like maybe frog legs or something that you haven't tried? Okay, you try the frog, you're like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, then you order the fettuccine Alfredo, but you're like, maybe I don't like that. Now you have to have your third entree, and you're like, okay, I'll get a chicken breast and vegetables just to be safe. And now you're getting charged.
Would you do that on land?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, again,
not on land.
It's so here's your meal. You want to try something different? Well, sir, that's going to be $5, for your third entree. Really? I mean, that to me, that actually sounds like a deal. I don't consider that nickel and diming. What I do consider nickel and diming is like with Carnival, you used to get a filet mignon at dinner. Now they give you like a strip loin or something.
A sirloin, top
whatever. And it's like, well, you kind of, give me the filet mignon. I mean, I want to get one. If you want to put a limit on it, do that. Let me get one. They don't do that anymore. For me to get that filet, I have to go to the steakhouse.
Yes, or pay for it right there.
Or pay for. I mean, yeah,
from the steakhouse.
Pay extra for it. But as far as the third entree for $5, be lucky that's all you're paying.
Okay. And even the second. How about for the second? Because I know that this really rose some NCL cruisers that got kind of upset about it. The people that obviously cruise Royal a lot, right? They were sort of upset about it. And 2 entrees, I would say, okay, maybe I tried crab legs or the lobster mac and cheese, and I don't like lobster. I tried it. I'm like, actually, you want to know it's a little too fishy for me. Right now, the second entree that chicken parmesan or rigatoni alla vodka, whatever I knew I like. Now I got to pay $5 for it. Yes, I wouldn't do that on land, but I also wouldn't maybe be as venturous to try lobster mac and cheese if I don't like lobster on land. I'm cruising.
Most of the cruise ships, if you order something you don't like it, they ask you, would you like me to bring you anything else? Try something else. So if you literally bit into the frog legs and didn't like them, no, that was too fishy.
Too froggy.
Too froggy. I'm sorry. Too froggy. Ribbit. They would send it back and bring you something else.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
To me, you're just being greedy. I want it all.
Fair enough.
For a nickel.
I want my frog legs and my crab cakes, and I don't need
for $1. And it's third entree $5. Come on, that means That's just me. I think that's just being cheap. I don't think that's. I think it's, and you have to think about it. You know how much food is wasted. You go to the buffet area. People come up with the big plates and all this, and they eat a couple of bites and throw all the food. Just stop wasting food.
You're right. Thank you very much, Scott. Both channels are in. We love that.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yola D says nickel and dime is correct. It seems to be the theme. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of this. We're gonna kind of chunk these all together. I'm gonna move a little faster after this. Let me get down. Let's see. Double duty is the minimum. Yes, 110% double duty. Third for NCL, at least in Alaska. The second was free. Yeah, this is a new change, Scott, coming in 2026. I don't exactly know when, but let's see if I can find it here. Actually, I have the same article pulled up. This was actually just an article by Lifewell Cruised. I know she's a popular cruise vlogger, but I was actually looking, and I saw that, and it kind of, hey, second. I believe it was the second here. Let's see. I can't finish my entree, let alone eating a second or a third. Well, I cucina del capitano, because they're huge, but sometimes they're really not that big, Liz. And I'm not, they're really not that big.
Well, Bill, I mean, very rarely will I order 2 entrees. And generally it's, I want to try something. And then I ask, can I get like a smaller portion of that? But if I wanted to try, let's say I wanted to try frog legs. I wanted a steak, but I really wanted to try the frog legs. $5? I don't consider that gouging me.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Bill doesn't need to budget. He has plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm retired. I was a civil servant. I have no money. Well, I do have gambling money, but that doesn't count.
Antoinette Fun is here. Hey, Fran, welcome in. Happy New Year to you. Jaden is definitely after one of those sausages this year. It's his mission. We have not encountered this, but if you want a third entree, $5 for a lobster tail isn't a bad price. I mean, sitting on the same side as Warmstrong. I mean, $5 for a lobster tail is not bad. You're right.
Looking up here, I just saw Travel. Yes, we see said on Royal is $20 for a second lobster tail. And I honestly, as much as lobster tails cost, I mean, I don't know if that's a bad idea, but it stops people from sitting down there and making a buffet out of the lobster tails.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be mad at the $20.
We try a lot of different foods on the holidays. That's when I figured you would try a lot of different foods on Christmas, Thanksgiving, things that you might not try, honey baked ham or whatnot, just examples. On the cruise, if you don't like the food, I just go to the second dinner at the buffet. I don't eat a lot of meat. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If you didn't like something, maybe you just go to the buffet, get a few scoops or something. You're like, okay, now I got dinner. I tried the first time. I didn't like it. You want to know? I actually see that, Yola D. I actually see that. $5. That's one less spin at the casino. Yeah, you're right, Barry. Right?
Pretty much.
Had you heard the reason for the extra charge is because the content creators were ordering and just tasting for content? Yeah,
I can believe that. I haven't heard that reasoning, but they do. I watch people and it's like here's 3 or 4 different desserts.
Is that my influencer? That was my chance. That was my chance. I don't know. I think.
I mean, people do it. They waste food. So how do you cut down waste?
I'm a little fella, and sometimes I order 2 apps. I could never do 2 meals. Yeah, see, for real. And honestly, this is definitely for real. I honestly think that there's a lot of that going on.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's people in general. I don't think it's just content creators. I think of people in general. Oh, let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try this, that, and the other. Yep. And if you're talking cakes or something like that, cookies or something like that, you're talking, lobster tails. I mean, things that actually cost money and not made in bulk, and they are kind of cooked in bulk. But you get my point.
Ken says, one change for 2026 you may not be aware of. On Fred Olsen Cruise Lines, wine and beer are now included at mealtimes, and gratuities are now included. That's a good change. I like that. Fred Olsen Cruise Lines. Okay, that's I'm starring that. That's cool. Yeah, gambling money isn't real. That's
right. It's not real money. That's not real money.
Sandy's here. Hello, Sandy the Lost Pirate Jenkins. Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Hope you are having a good year so far. Bill, entrees tend to be larger shore side, so maybe some of us overindulge in seaside. That's what I'm saying. Dark theme, you know. Barry says when I was on Royal over Halloween.
So $5 for 3 fillets for 3 lobsters is gouging. And so that's what I guess. I guess I'm lost here. You know, it's not like they say, "Hey, you got to pay full price for this steak dinner." You know, it's a couple of dollars to cover the cost. So 3 entrees for $5. Any place in the world would be a good deal. If I was in Thailand and got three steaks for $5, I'd be happy.
Probably can get that for about.
I know, right?
That's probably about right. Probably about right.
I'd be happy.
Barry says, when I was on Royal over Halloween, they actually have lobsters in the Windjammer buffet, so no extra charge there. But in the dining room, there was. Okay, that's where they, and I mean this for real, Barry, were they different sizes? Was the one on the buffet smaller or the one in the MDR bigger, or was it the same size? Because that matters. I don't know if they get the little Florida ones or you get the, Maine ones. Is that where they come from? Or Bermuda or wherever the lobsters come from. I don't know. I'm not a lobster guy. Don't ask me. Right. Main dining room buffets have 80% overlap for entrees anyway. They really do.
Yeah.
BFE, hello BFE, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Embarkation Nation lets me know the tapping on the box was spot on. I know I needed to get some like press on nails or something like that for my one shot. Hubby wastes food all the time. He gets upset when I say something about it. He doesn't realize the more you waste, the higher the raise cost for it.
It will.
It's true.
I think so too.
It's true. It's true. We all have to kind of do our most conscious effort to, keep.
Well, I mean, it's like everything else. I mean,
lobsters. How big was it?
Keep running the bathroom shower for an hour at a time, and keep wasting water all the time. Eventually it's going to be too much. You got 7,000 people. Yeah. Eventually, if you just waste electricity, that's why they went to the little cards in the
walls. Yeah,
for the lights in the room. Because people would cut on the air conditioners full blast and open the door.
Yep.
People just waste everything.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right. So next one, talking about budgeting, beverage packages now. Beverage packages are going to start to seemingly not work on your private islands. Okay, one of the big examples of this, I think NCL, Bale mentioned, might be doing it this year, but the one that I know for a fact that is doing it is MSC. Now, I had visited MSC's private island, Ocean Cay. I know Bill had this past year too as well. I used my little medallion, I used my little wristband, beep, beep, beep. I got 4 drinks on the island, never paid for them. I tipped, obviously, but never paid for them. They came right off my drink package, and it was great. Okay, but now, since all of the changes that are kind of happening, I know Carnival just recently said that wasn't ever going to happen, and they were notorious for never letting a drink package work on their private islands, right? So now I think cruise companies like MSC and NCL are looking around and saying, okay, maybe we are giving a little bit too much, all right? This is another thing. We're making a lot of improvements here to our private islands. I don't know if we should be just giving away free drinks, even if it's on the drink package, right? Now they're making these little mini drink packages. Oh, okay, you spend a day, you get 3 drinks here, a mini drink package. It doesn't work on the ship. It only works on the island. But either way, okay, your beverage packages now are not working on private islands. And if you are a drinker or you like to have some drinks, right, are you budgeting extra now for those drinks on the private island, especially if you're a family, right? I'm thinking if you're a family with 3 kids, right? A wife and 3 kids, and you and your wife want to have a cocktail. You work hard. You want to have a cocktail on the private island. Now you got to have a cocktail, right? Maybe you got a teenager that wants a virgin cocktail. That costs, right? The little one wants a soda and the other one wants an apple juice. Now you got $47 for like 3, 4, 5 drinks on a private island. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, everybody could drink water for sure. But at the same time, again, something that you were used to now in 2026 is slowly being ripped away. I think that's happening in like July. It's not happening like right now, but July of 2026, I think.
Yeah, that bothers me because it's your private island. Most of the drinks, or a lot of the drinks, you're bringing off the ship to sell.
They're bartenders. They're home bartenders.
I didn't know about MSC. I knew NCL was doing it this year. It might have started January 1st. I'm not 100% sure with that, but NCL was like, no, that it won't work on the island. I think that's nickel and diming. You know, if I bought the drink package, it should work on the island. You know, if I bought the Wi-Fi, you know, it should work on the island.
Right, and it does. I want MSC not that well. It's still. I agree with you, Bill. Yup, on the third is not unreasonable for sure. Just to go on royal ships and eat all you can eat on embarkation day. Doesn't matter how big they are. If you can get as many as you want. Yeah, true. It was this big. Almost an off my lawn moment. Almost. Edna's here. Hello, Edna. Welcome. Hey, Edna. Happy New Year to you. Blessed to Crochet is also here. Happy New Year to you. Good to see you. In. Uncle Dave says, "What's a budget?" Yeah, don't bring that attitude.
No, I no budget.
The Sea Wave Lounge, okay? We need a budget in the Sea Wave Lounge. Why not? Why should it be included? That pisses me off. That's just going to make people not get the package, especially a heavy port cruise. Yeah, heavy port cruise.
But right? even if it's, let's say, you know, it's a 7-day cruise, 3 of those days have ports. Well, I mean, I like to drink off the ship. And you know, one of them is your own private island. Let me enjoy that one because I'm gonna spend money in the other ports. But this one is a money grab.
It is.
It's just a money grab. They're gonna spend the money anyway. We're gonna talk about it, but it's having all these private islands now.
Yep. I would still prefer that they offset food waste by building the cost and the price of the cruise rather than just nickel and diming their customers. Yeah, that's why I said there's two sides of the seat to sit here. Hello, Rockwell. Welcome in. Happy New Year.
The only thing I'm going to say about that is saying having to put it into the price of the cruise. That's just encouraging more waste.
Yep.
So now if you raise the price up because now you can get 3 entrees, well, then it's going to be 4. Somebody's going to get 4 entrees. They're going to get 5. Why? Because I'm paying for it and let me waste. And I'm not really into waste. Whenever I leave my cabin, I always cut the light off before. And this is before they had to use the card.
How about this one, Bill? I know maybe you and I won't get affected by this one too much, but as I see, we actually have 50 people in here, Bill. It's awesome for our Cruise Talk Live. But all of you guys, right? I know you guys have kids, and Royal now is actually upping their child care prices per hour. And you want to know what? I might not have kids, but this is kind of important, right? For those who have younger kids that want to maybe have them be sat for during the hours of, the nighttime 10 to 2, so the parents can go out, right? It used to be like $6 or $7. Now it is actually being raised to $10 to $15 this year on Royal, right? And I know other cruise companies are going to follow suit, but right now Royal, in fact, in stone, is raising their prices. Okay, obviously in inflation and obviously the labor costs are going up and things like that. But that, for me, I started to think of, the families with young kids, Mitch from Coca Culture, Mitch from the Cam Fam, Zach from Coca Culture, right? All of these families, right, that have younger kids or even kids that, can't watch themselves, right? It's an extra cost. It's an extra cost. I'm sorry, I don't know if you can pay for it up front. I don't think you can, but it's an extra cost.
Well, my belief on that is that the cost of daycare, I'm not sure what it is now, and in the real world, I don't mind that cost. Maybe it would be nice. Hey, you get 1 day free. See, some of the parents want to go on there and we woke up, go to daycare. It's dinner time, go to daycare every day. It's not a family vacation anymore. The kids are having their own vacation in the daycare. You're having your own out here. That's the way I look at it. And it's supposed to be a family vacation.
Of course. But again, most of these now are doing per hour. And like I said, this is being raised per hour. So you can drop the kids off for 2 hours, right? But last year when you were paying, let's say $12 for 2 hours, not 12, maybe 14, 15 for 2 hours. Right now you're paying 10 to 12 to $15 per hour. So it's almost doubling. Right. So families, they might have to budget. And yes, you're not dropping your kid off every day. Maybe it's every other day. Maybe it's a couple times. Who knows? But it's still an extra cost that's now being doubled.
Yeah. But when you have a low price like that, you drop them off every day. You don't even think about it. Go. Okay, now you're paying like real world prices for babysitting. Now all of a sudden you don't want to do it. It's not like, I don't think they're overcharging. I think a lot of people just got used to dropping the kids off and having their own vacation. And now I don't think, you told me $10 an hour. I'd pay that to have a night out, with the missus. I would pay that. Now, would I pay it every night? Probably not. But that's the whole problem. Now they need a staff that's, 200 people deep that watch all these kids because everybody's dropping the kids off. Let them all run free like they do on Carnival.
200. Oh Lord! All right, I know that. Yeah, I know. I told you guys this is what we're gonna get. MH Family Adventures. Rockwell is here. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you. Nelly is here. My kid's drinking water. See, I see. 100%. No soda for you. $8, right? No soda for you.
Right. We can split one. Let me go to the casino. I get one of my free drinks and I'll bring it back.
Everyone takes a sip. Okay, pass it to mom, pass it to Junior, pass it to Casey. Everyone takes a sip. Oh, I didn't get my third sip. Okay, I'm just joking. There are no private islands in Europe. It's only a Caribbean thing. Yes, it is definitely only a Caribbean thing for sure. Then we have to pay for everyone else's waste. Waste is haste.
Yeah, right. If I don't waste, I gotta still, my cost goes up because you can't control yourself. You can't decide how much you want to eat. You can't decide how, if you want to have the air conditioning on or the door open.
Take what you want, but eat it all. Yes, I'm a big proponent of that. I almost lick my plate clean.
And I'm not talking if it's something wrong with it. Yeah, I understand that. Oh no, this doesn't taste right. But don't and then go get the same thing over again because this got cold. You wanted a warmer one.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to raise the prices for childcare. Oh, Nelly's. Oh, there we go.
Nelly, I agree. Not outrageous.
Yep.
I think $15 an hour might be a little steep. If it was $6, $10, $10 an hour, I think that wouldn't be bad.
Barry even says it's a steal. $15 an hour to babysit my kid for an hour compared to what it costs on land. He says it's a steal.
The people that are complaining. The people that are complaining are the ones that drop them off every day, and it's not a family vacation anymore.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I'm not going to tell you how to parent your kids, but yes, I could agree.
Let them run free like everybody else does. Curfew 16 years old and under, it's 1 a.m. You should be done partying by then. So let them roam the ship.
That's actually nice. That's a good curfew. I don't mind the price increase for the kids because, it's Embarkation Nation. That's Chloe. Because the kids come home with fun crafts, and honestly, it's fair for the cost of childcare. Okay, so
yeah, I think about $10 for childcare an hour is fair.
Good point. They come home with crafts. They come home with stories. You ask them what they did. They say, my teacher gave me this, or my counselor, or whatever, my daycare person gave me this, and it's a little, I don't know, toy dinosaur or something. Like, oh, that's so cute. Okay.
A lot of people, a lot of kids like going down there. I understand that's a problem, but the kids like going down there because of that.
Ooh, perhaps. And yes, I heard this actually. So this was Carnival. Carnival actually recently did a price increase. This was in 2025, which is why I didn't put it in this list. This is 2026. So they already had done that, but they said part of the reason was because of the continual bad behavior. But Royal did not say that. Royal just said it was because of inflation and the times and labor costs going up and just the price of the world going up. But yeah, perhaps the price increase is because of really bad behavior. Maybe that, they don't always have to say everything, out in public. Says Kelly, right? And it only costs extra late after 10 p.m. Yes, 10 p.m. to like 2 p.m., which is, I don't want to say prime time, but obviously that's when the adults want to go out, enjoy a cocktail, go to the nightclub, watch one of the late night comedies. but that's a lot for families with multiple children. Daycare is expensive, right? And that's what I kind of was thinking, like maybe someone who has a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 5-year-old, all like watchable age kids. Yes, we want to get away. We want to go to the steakhouse and not pay for the kids and have to have them sit there. Right now, a trip to daycare is double or triple for that one person.
Now, is it?
They get it.
Is there any free time in there? I didn't look up like what daycare costs, but it seemed like Carnival had like at times they were free, and then like towards later evening, 8, 9 o'clock, you had to start paying.
Could be, or lesser, like maybe $4, $5 an hour, where there's only like one counselor or something. Not us, but some parents leave their kids on while they're in port. There is no way I could do that. I couldn't do that either. No way. $10 per hour, less than the cost of a cocktail. It is, right? Agree, Ken. Totally agree. Ladies agree with you there. Daycare was, when I worked in daycare 20 years ago, for sure. The same thing with my mom too. I was about to say, let me get 2 sodas on Prime and travel upstairs to share. Right?
That's it. That's come on now. But that's another kind of well, I don't know if it's nickel and diming, but Carnival is changing that rule.
Mm-hmm. They are already running free on Royal. Just got off. Tara's talking about.
There you go.
Kids running free, Bill.
I'm not paying to go. Kids have fun.
Mm-hmm. The comparison of all these things is not what it costs on land. The comparison is taking what was an all-inclusive vacation and making it a la carte. Right. And that is really the kind of the two controversial sides of, and that's kind of where I'm more of sitting with travel on this one, where it was all-inclusive before, and now it's becoming more of an a la carte. Okay, now we got to pay for daycare. We got to pay for this. But I see Bill's side of the story, aside of the scale, but I'm more towards where travel is, to be honest with you.
Well, the all-inclusive, and this goes back to the other argument as far as the waste of food.
Debate.
So you increase the fare to keep it all-inclusive. So that means I'm paying for your waste. So to keep it all-inclusive, if, hey, we need to make more money into daycare, let's charge everybody. I don't have kids. Well, kids, I get out of here. Let the kids, so now I got to pay for your kids. No, if you bring your kids on a cruise, this is the cost of the cruise. You got to pay $10. So I believe in what you use, what you're using. The cost of the cruise is the cost of the cruise. The ship, the free food, even though they cut back on the food, which is nickel and diming. If you want extra, you pay extra. I shouldn't have to pay extra because you want extra.
On MSC, they give the kids an MSC docket embarkation day at the camp. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
A big quack. Just saying, just because folk bring their kids, don't assume it's a family vacation. Some folks don't have access to a babysitter, right? So maybe it was a 30th anniversary cruise and you just couldn't find a babysitter for little Amelia.
Stay home. If you can't afford for a babysitter, if you bring the kids, it's a family vacation.
Access to a babysitter, right? Maybe you've listed on whatever that app is that you can take care of your kids, right? Well, maybe you just can't find a babysitter. You just don't have access to it. You've tried. You've gone through the aunts. You've gone through the friends. You're like, nobody will watch little Amelia. What is going on? And it's maybe she's not a bad kid. You just don't have access to daycare. I'm trying to sit on both sides.
I want a suite. I can't afford it. I want a suite though. What happens? I don't get a suite. You go where you can afford it. If you can't afford to go on the cruise and pay for a babysitter, that's kind of on you.
How about if you can't find one? How about if you just don't have a reputable baby?
You bring the kids, it's not available. You can't do it. My daughter's getting married. I can't go on that cruise. I really want to. I really want to go. I can't go. So, I want to go for our 30th. When I originally got married, I didn't go on my honeymoon. Didn't have the money. We just got married. We did something local or whatever. Next year we went on a cruise. I would have loved to went when I got married. Sometimes you can't do everything you want to do. You can't afford it. You can't do it. Mm-hmm. So like the kids, and it's not like we're going back to the food. It's not like they're charging you some outrageous fee of $50 an hour.
This is so good. Oh, this is so good. Ages 3 to 12 go from 10 to 15 after 10 p.m. Nursery
after 10 p.m.
Nursery 6 to 36 months goes from 6 to 9 an hour, 8 p.m. to 12, after 8 p.m. 12 an hour, still free for other ages. Thank you very much, Nelly.
Thank you. And see, and that's more to my argument. You just want to stay out late at the club. And it's not even daycare. You just want to stay out late.
Maybe I do.
Yeah. Pay a babysitter just like you would someplace else.
The risk with the increased nighttime charge is that you create latchkey kids in a balcony room. Not a great combo. Yeah, for sure.
Well, see, again, go back to my daughter, because her kids are 5 and 3 or 6 and 3. She doesn't get a balcony just for that reason. She would be frightened out of her mind if she had a balcony. She wouldn't get one. She would get that. So if you have kids, maybe you don't get the balcony. Maybe you don't get the balcony. Why? Because of the kids. Now, don't get mad at the kids because they're kids. But no, I mean, no.
All the kids love Camp Carnival. It only costs after 10 p.m. I do agree some people take advantage of it and use it all day. You're right. It's not fair that it's a family vacation. It's not a big family vacation at that point. But it is popular hours, 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. I'm just saying, I'm fighting for y'all.
Who said it wasn't? You can bring the kids, but it wasn't a family vacation? Who said that? Yeah, kids, you can come, but it's not your vacation. Stay in the room. Don't open the door for anybody. Yep. Me and the missus are going out for dinner.
Wait, hey, Bill, if childcare should be free, should it be free to gamble?
You talk to some people, it is. They win all the time. The casinos giving out money. They're giving out cruises. You listen to some people all the time. Yes, they should. No. I think a fair price for cruising, and people who said it's not, you don't pay until after 9 or 10 o'clock at night. Come on, people. Come on. I mean, that's you really want a lot. You want everything. You can get that probably on some cruise line, and it'll be $8,000 for the cruise.
You probably could. Honestly, I'm more upset about the in price of water, which is funny. I just picked up my water. Water when you buy it for your room. So here is my next one. Okay, we can compile this, and yes, the in price increase of the things that are in your room, your sodas and your waters and things like that. But this one that I want to touch on is the room service limits now for NCL in particular, right? And again, cruise companies might start following suit. We saw Carnival in 24 or 25, Liz, you can let me know. They started charging for some of the items in room service. And that was like a whole big thing. They came at John Hill for, how dare you charge me for my late night pizza and my French fries, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, you still tip the person that comes to the room. But now there's an actual limit. Again, didn't do the follow-up homework, but there's an actual limit on NCL in 2026 to how many times you can order room service.
Is that per cruise or per night?
Per something. Per NCL.
I mean, because I see the problem with most of the stuff isn't the cruise line, it's with us.
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited room service. I want a cookie. Order me up a cookie. 2 hours later, you know what? I'm kind of thirsty and I want a sandwich. Let me get a sandwich brought up to me. Who was it? Was it, I think, Carnival Cruise Addicts talking to John Hill or Red John Hill? And they're talking about, you from the main dining room, you can't take your dessert out the room because everybody now all of a sudden everybody wants to take a dessert out. So you had your dessert at dinner, but you wanted to take one to go. And they're like, we can't keep having all our dishes spread out throughout the entire ship.
Wait, I didn't hear about this. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Carnival Cruise Addicts.
Yeah. Thank you, Bill.
Anywho, not throw you under the bus. But
I thought you were talking about their members only video with their ordering of their room service. I was going to say nobody ordered room service like Carnival Cruise. Now that's not just a cookie. That's a lot more than a damn cookie, and I've been there for that.
But get my point though. So all those dishes have to be picked up, have to be brought back to the area, have to be worked on, and you're wasting it. So I mean, I think we're our own worst enemies as far as a lot of this.
Yeah.
And I think room service, if you have it for free, people are going to take advantage of it. and they're gonna just sit in the room and just let you bring them 3 meals a day. You know.
Oh.
Well, see, now you go. Now we need a whole new wait staff for room service. You know, it's not like a couple of people running meals around. It's like, you have the main dining room, you have the buffet, you have the Johnny Rockets, and we have room service, and it's all like a separate department.
And Johnny Rockets. I wouldn't assume they're passing down the savings to the customer. They are probably padding their margins, like airline bag fees.
Could be.
How about that?
I can't deny any. Everything I'm saying is like what my beliefs are, but yeah, them padding their lines because they have stock. Most of them, not MSC. Most of them have stockholders. They're beholden to, and they have to make money because if they don't make money, they people's heads start to roll. So yeah, that's what I love about MSC. It's a private company. Of course, they want to make money, but I don't think the threshold is as high as it is with these publicly owned companies.
Yeah, true. If they could get a reputable babysitter on land, they can and then they can leave them and pay on the ship. Okay. Bill, it's called discipline. There are plenty of people who have none. Yeah, it's very true. Suzanne is here. Hekinoki World Tours, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Per day, the limit. People on Royal pay $10, get 5 hamburgers and 2 pizzas for 2 people and waste it all.
Yes.
So again, it is to mitigate the waste. Thank you very much, Nelly.
Thank you.
Per day, yeah. So it is a per day limit. And you want to know what? I guess I wouldn't. I personally had never ordered more than 2 times in room service. Carnival has this
2 times in one day.
Yeah, twice, two sets of wings in one day.
Huh.
But I didn't order them to the room. Neither one of them came to the room. Carnival has this thing where you order it on the app and you be in the music studio and you boop and it's just like, okay, you have to wait in the music studio and they deliver your wings. So I did that twice in one day to do a wing review. And I wanted to see if they were better at night and during the day. I actually lost the footage. I can't find it. But yeah.
So that's like delivered. If I was at the sports bar, I wanted a pizza delivered. Or wings, whatever it is, delivered. Mm-hmm. They would do it, and you paid a fee for that, right?
Yes, I did. I paid both times. Carnival charges for that's their thing. They just
charge. But I don't mind that. See, I don't mind if I order another place of the ship, and they bring it to me. I don't mind paying a fee.
Yeah.
Room service at one time was free, but people were doing like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And you took advantage of it. Then everybody started doing it. Once content creators we're kind of our own worst enemies because when we find like a little chink in the army, we
my wings.
we want to put it out there. We want to be the first people let people know. I can remember saying that, and this is one of the changes that I don't pay ATM fees on this cruise ship. I go to a slot machine, I withdraw some money, take that out, take it to the window. And get my money. Cruise lines have caught on to that, and you can't do that anymore.
No,
or you get talked to. You can't do that anymore. And they talked to me. They talked to me one time about it. It's like, well, you just took out the money and you're trying to cash it. We don't want you to do that.
Yep,
I've been doing it, but I mean, I didn't argue too much with them because I'm like, okay. And I've seen other people like Lita Loca said it happened to him, and somebody else. Poverty to Paradise said it happened to her. You had to spend like 63% of the whatever you took out.
Guilty. You should do it.
But I mean, we're our own worst enemy sometimes. So all these secrets, it's like, oh yeah, room service is free. Just go down there, sit in your room, and order as much as you want, and bring it down. And next thing you know, it's like, yeah, we don't have the manpower to do that.
Now it's $15. Yep. 100%. There's my new friend from earlier at Rambling with the Brums. Hello, Grace and Fire.
Hey, Grace.
Welcome in. This is the serious live, even though we still have fun. This is the serious live. Scott was on a yakety yak. Okay, so I am a little backed on the yakety yaks. I just watched the 2 new vlogs, okay, with Uncle Dave, okay? We were in 19 yesterday, okay? We're a little backlog. I'm sorry. She says, hello, I'm on my phone, but hello, everyone. Welcome in.
Hey,
and Traveling with the Room says, hey, sissy. Yes. Cruising Bolero, hey, fam, welcome in. Good to see you. And those are the same people down at Guest Services removing the gratuities after ordering room service multiple times that day. Yeah, see?
I don't know. I mean, all inclusive. I'm going on Virgin coming up soon in January.
Virgin. Here we go.
And I don't, even if everything's included, which I still I don't understand the bar tab type thing, but all the gratuities, everything included. Guess what? I'm still going to tip.
Yeah.
If I order room service, and here's the tip. If I order drinks, here's a tip. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I don't know. I hope daycare is available on Virgin.
You gotta have
it's
them
adults only.
Or you gotta have them watch Be Weezy.
Yeah, it's his cruise. I'm actually going on his cruise.
Oh Lord.
He's already told me I can only spend about 2 minutes a day on the balcony. He's already told me I can't. It's his cruise. I can't say nothing to him because it's his cruise.
I really wish I could go on that, Bill. Aside from that, I looked, but I really wish I could have. Home life is more expensive. Travel is more expensive. That doesn't seem like it's going to change either place in the near future. I'm surprised that travel is up despite on how expensive it has been. Yeah, and the more luxury side of travel is actually the one that is surging more. Your more luxurious lines of cruising and your ocean cruises and things like that. I ordered room service for dinner once on NCL. Best decision I made. It was about $15 for the pizza and drinks. Grace said it was good pizza. So there you go.
I mean, it was. I thought I ordered room service the last time. I thought it was decent service, decent price, and I tipped over that after it came to the room. I still tipped.
We may use room service once or twice, regardless if it's free or chargeable. Same thing, I always want to try the wings. I'm a big wing guy, so I always want to put up the different cruise companies to how good their room service wings are versus the wings that I maybe could get, free on the ship somewhere. So I'm a big proponent of that. Suzanne said they should charge kids $16 or more an hour, more like $20 an hour, to use the hot tubs.
Yes.
That's a good change.
I would kick kids out the hot tub. I would kick. I literally would. Kids don't need to be in the hot tub at all.
Oh, that winning comment.
15 to 16 years old minimum age in the hot tub, and turn the temperature up of the hot tub so it's actually a hot tub and not like a warm tub.
That's right, and charge them with $20 an hour.
Hot tubs weren't made to be. They weren't made to be sitting for 2 or 3 hours at a time. That's not what a hot tub was designed for.
So true, so true. Okay, next one. Let's continue to move because we got a few more here. And as you just said, Bill, your next cruise is actually going to be on Virgin. So the next change is actually Virgin. And you is this your first Virgin cruise, Bill, that you're going on?
Yes, this is my first Virgin.
First Virgin. So you may or may not know this, but there are some Virgin cruisers in the chat. Virgin drops all-inclusive tips. Now, I'm not sure if this works like the bar tab or how it works, but many cruisers and cruise lines are already used to this. So this isn't really too much of a big change. So this is really for Virgin cruisers. Okay, Virgin cruisers, all-inclusive tips are now being dropped. So now it's going to be a separate line on your bill. Okay, so now where had been included in these prices, I guess you could factor maybe $150-ish, $200 extra for tips now, where again, that could be something extra or an extra added cost. Of course, I'm not one to ever pull away the tips, right? But if that was something that was all inclusive and it was added, right? I can think of somebody like maybe, Vicky or YFC, right? People that cruise Virgin often because of that all inclusivity, of that, because of that adultness, right? That 18 and over. Now, right? Things that were once all inclusive are now just kind of being ripped and has nothing to do with kids. It has nothing to do with how many wings. It just has to do with now there's a separate line for tips. All inclusive tips are no longer all inclusive. Virgin does no longer all inclusive tips. So I don't know, Bill, this might not be a shock to you because you are used to having the tips on a certain line. Now, Carnival, right? They hand you a damn receipt every time. So you put a tip every 20 seconds if you want to. Okay. But I don't know if this is really.
Are you talking like gratuities?
Gratuities, the gratuities for the yes, correct.
I like the fact that if it's all inclusive included in there, that way people can't take it off. Because now I mean it's but I'm torn. I'm getting torn because these cruise lines, I really would like to see the bottom line as far as how much they're giving the employees of that money. If they're giving it all to the employees, I don't mind paying the gratuities. And I would love to see Carnival go, added on there where you can't remove it.
That would be great too.
But I mean, what is tip though? I mean, it's supposed to be like if you got some service that above the ordinary, here's some extra.
But would you rather more of an all-inclusive style way of tipping, right? No, let's take the cruise company away. Throw whatever cruise company. Let's just talk about all-inclusive tipping, right? Versus non-all-inclusive tipping, right? Let's just say Virgin, you were used to it, right? Would you want that industry-wide, right? Yes. To say, here is $1,500 for the cruise. This is what it is, all-inclusive. Your tips are blah, 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 boom, right? Or here's a cruise for $1,568, but you got this, got to do this, blah, 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 blah.
I prefer it all inclusive. I'm tired of the tipping culture. I love when I go to Spain, when I go to these other countries, I go to Australia. The price is the price. How much is that burger? It's $15. I get up to pay. Guess what I pay? $15. You get the companies now that Carnival here's an 18% tip, but here's another line for a tip.
Yeah,
I'm double tipping, which I do. I usually tip in cash,
right?
But it's like I'm double tipping. I just tell me what my price is up front. This includes everything. This is everything. This is why the cruise industry had to change how they priced out everything. Here's a cruise for $100. Well, you go to book it. It's port charges, it's taxes, it's deposit, it's this, it's that. That $100 cruise is turned into $560 per person or whatever, $100 or $600 a person. Tell me what I'm supposed to pay, and that's what I prefer. I'm done with this tipping culture has gotten out of control. In my opinion. Pay people a fair wage where they don't have to beg for tips. That's what turned me off about Celebration Key. I went to Celebration Key, bought a couple of drinks. 18%.
Yeah.
Tipped a couple of dollars on top of that.
Yeah.
And they were still complaining about not being tipped.
Tipped enough.
It's like, dude, I'm not giving a 70% tip.
Right.
So anywho, get off of that. Because
off my lawn.
No, it's all the industry. Take me to Australia where this is the price, this is what you pay. And when I try to tip, no, I get paid a livable wage. The porter at the cruise port in Australia, I get my bags, give them, I usually get $5 a bag. No, we don't take it.
Wow.
I just got another slot pull.
It's just like the VIFP gifts. Carnival Cruise Addict says everyone just complained about them. Guess what? They're taking them away. Yeah, it's very true.
Good. I mean,
it's gone, right?
They were nickel and diming us. They used to give out like stuff that you actually use, and now it's not worth it.
Bill may need daycare with an included drink package.
I might.
I get breakfast every morning, and all I pay is $5 as a tip. I get priority boarding good perks. Okay, There we go, Scott. A little biscuit in the morning, right? Never hurt anybody. Right. You can actually set that up too, like outside your door, and then like just hang it up. They call that continental bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Is that daycare for old people on Virgin where you can drop your parents off?
I hope so. Ken, I hope so, Ken. Excuse me, can you walk me to the club and then bring a wheelchair so you can take me out?
Oh my God.
Please tell me that's so.
Oh my God, that is great.
I've been looking at a couple of videos from Virgin, and it doesn't look like you would think it'd be wild and crazy. It doesn't really look wild and crazy.
No, it's not.
I've seen
Tanya goes on Virgin all the time. Tanya's got a bunch of videos. Yeah, no, it could be whatever you want it to be. That's the good thing about Virgin, is what I heard. You want to be wild and risque, go ahead. But if you just want to cruise like an adult and just chill, hang out, love that too. Chet from Sea Light Journeys, he cruises Virgin too as well. Grace and Fire says, I would rather all-inclusive and then extras for those who go up and above. Yeah, that's exactly how I tip. I love all-inclusive resorts because they are an all-inclusive, but cruises are becoming more and more like a regular non-inclusive vacation. Yes, you're right. It really is more a la carte.
Nah, well, I don't know. Because I've never been to a resort, but a lot of times, if you want the premium liquor, you pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which it is all inclusive, but you are paying more. I think people, when they go on a cruise, it's like, give me the best of the best. I paid to get on the ship. Give me the best of the best.
I'm only here for 5 days.
I think
Give me my drinks.
We're back to tell me what it costs. Like when I go to Paradise Beach,
bottom price.
Paradise Beach, they serve well drinks and they serve premium drinks.
Yes.
Which one do you want? I want the premium drinks.
Your bill is
this, and that everything is all inclusive. I want to be cheap. I don't need premium drinks. I drink the well swill.
Top shelf. Don't need a headache.
Don't need it. So, but just tell me up front what my cost is.
$100 here.
Cruise lines now are trying to be slick about adding money on, and I don't like it but we're paying it. When I say people, we are paying it.
Yeah.
This private island on Nassau, my goodness, I mean, $100 some odd dollars to go to a beach.
It's crazy. Tipping culture in the U.S., that cake is already baked. Yeah, you can't put toothpaste back in the tube. You're right, 110%. It's not the tipping. A charge is not as a tip. It's a service charge. Yeah, it becomes a service charge.
Well, that's you can't remove it. There a lot of these places who did that. Somebody just did it recently. They took it from a tip to like a service charge, so you can't remove it from on a cruise line. You can't remove it at guest services.
Yep.
I'm like, that's smart. I mean, because everybody, I one cruise I was on, probably one of the last ones I was on, people were having a conversation as far as what day the tips go on so they can go down there and take them off, or the gratuities. I mean, they're having this conversation what day they hit. And then once I'm like, well, just look at your app. I'm like, really? It really became a thing.
Shucks. Ken goes cruising. We find the tipping culture in the United States bizarre and really frustrating and damned expensive. Poured me a beer when I sat at the bar and charged me 20% more on top, right? Isn't crazy? Isn't crazy?
It's crazy.
Mona did what is here. Hello, Mona. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Okay, so next one I want to add. I think that this is going to kind of, I feel like this might hit everybody quite equally, because these places that I'm about to name and talk about are very, very viral cruising places, especially for 2026 coming up. Okay, so the tourist taxes, as you know, the port taxes and fees, your port taxes, okay, for more of your bucket list desirable destinations are going up. Okay, for example, Hawaii's tax is 14%. So 14% if you want to, and it varies for that's the lowest. Okay, it varies by where you go in Hawaii. Okay, I went to Hawaii and cruised to Hawaii thanks to Richard from No Pants Profits in 2024. Okay, and it was just like regular port taxes and fees, might have been a little inflated, but now 14%. Okay, there are places such as Mexico, Greece, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Amsterdam that are all set to follow suit in 2026. And Alaska is also in rumors. They tried with Juneau, but then it got rejected. But they're also in talks with their municipalities to put in more of a tax for, of course, wildlife, the structures, the foundations, the roads, the things that obviously tourists are used. So I am actually kind of in a proponent for it as long as it's used the right way, because obviously these places are beautiful. Hawaii is beautiful. Alaska is beautiful, and we want to preserve these things, and we want to be able to cruise there, and we need to do our part. We can't just say, hey, I want to cruise to Alaska for free and just expect Alaska and the people that live there to just put up with cruise ships coming there for 9 months out of the year. Okay?
Right. I don't mind. I don't mind.
14% is a lot.
I don't mind the taxes if it's, as you said, used for the right things. Building up the piers, the infrastructure. I don't mind that. But
14%. 14%. And then I don't think they're all going to be 14%. I know 14% is just now for Hawaii, and that takes place January 1st, 2026 today. So I don't have plans to cruise to Hawaii. I
No.
cruise to Hawaii. I don't have plans to cruise to Alaska. But I mean, hey, Mexico, Greece. You just went to Greece, Bill, before the new tax was implemented. So whether you decide to go again or not, but I know Greece is one of those hot bucket list destinations that content creators and cruise creators and even people that are just looking for bucket list destinations are looking up now. And now it's going to be
that's
a little bit more.
Supply and demand.
Well, yes,
kind of sort of. So, Greece, an additional tax. What 10,000 more people a day are showing up. I mean, somebody has to, the garbage people, the police officers, the infrastructure. It has to get paid somehow. You can't just go there, tear up their roads with your buses and stuff going on here so you can go see Santorini and then just leave and not pay anything. So I mean, some of the taxes I understand, and entries into some of these countries, it's about to get worse because of the Estes or whatever over in
Yes.
all that's about to change. They're not astronomical fees, so I agree with it. Some of the visas can be more expensive than others, but I don't mind those type of fees. But if I do mind how you stop them, you stop going.
Right.
If you're not happy with paying 14% more for Hawaii, don't go to Hawaii.
Right.
Go someplace that doesn't charge it.
If
we pay it,
or something like that.
if we pay it, they're going to continue to do it.
That's true. You're right. That's true.
So I mean, tax me whatever you should. Vicky was saying in the thing as far as the premium liquor at the resorts.
Yeah.
That she didn't stay at a cheap one, she stayed at an expensive one. Well, how much more expensive? Because it's like, well, I didn't pay extra for the premium drink, but you paid $3,000 more for the. So did you pay or did you not pay?
Yeah.
And so you'd have to apples to apples, oranges to oranges. So when Mr. Sancho, I believe, is going up in his price, in their price.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, whatever it was, $60 to $69 going up to $79. But it's apples to apples, meaning that you're getting the same thing at the same place, but paying $10 more. It's been a while since they've upped their prices, so yeah, things are more expensive. I kind of sort of understand that. Now, if you charge me 10% every drink, maybe that might be a bit much.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, let's last one, Bill. Last one. We're left the big elephant in the room for everybody here for our last one. The biggest change, and this has been industry wide. We're not going to circle out one cruise company, and we're not going to stay here and harp on it. But the rewards programs, okay, the rewards programs. You see how I said that? Okay, there are many cruise companies that are going and changing the infrastructure of their very important fun people programs, their loyalty programs, their upcharge, up deck programs, okay, and they're all being revamped at some cost, right? Some are taking some things away. Some are adding some things, some are adding levels, some are doing some crazy things, obviously all to try to incentivize you to be loyal to the brand and cruise with Carnival or cruise with MSC or cruise with Norwegian. Like I've stated, and I still stand on this same box. I'm not cruising for loyalty, and I don't think really you are, Bill. I know you Diamond. I know you're Diamond forever, so it doesn't really matter to you anymore. But all of these changes with the loyalty programs, are you even paying attention? Does it even matter?
I'm surprised with the.
Does it matter to you guys?
With the quality of the gift that Carnival gives out, I'm surprised people are upset. I don't care, and I
don't care.
I know. I mean, I don't care.
I don't care
because there's really nothing there worth caring about. They're going on a how much money you spend.
Bottle of water.
I know. I have a cup of water here, but you're going by how much money you spend. They're a business. I understand that. I mean, platinum. Yeah, I mean, a couple of bags of laundry, a drink or two here. Do you really care? I mean, I wouldn't up my spending to keep my status. So back when Diamond was going to be taken away, I knew I wasn't going to be Diamond. I might not have been platinum because maybe I wouldn't spend enough. I do spend a little bit in the casino, so that might have kept me at gold or platinum. Maybe I never would have made diamond again. I don't care. Carnival, you keep your 2 drinks a cruise. I don't care. So, but how people got upset, and I understand about the loyalty, and I've been cruising since 1990 with Carnival. As loyal as they want, as you want. I became diamond.
Diamonds are forever.
Diamond doesn't really mean it doesn't mean a lot. I get on the ship a little earlier. I get off the ship a little bit earlier. But if you're telling me now you don't want me to gamble with you, no problem. You bring back good casino rules, I'll come and gamble. I quit playing like the table games as far as Carnival because the table game rules suck. MSC has better gaming rules. Royal is mid-range, but no, it doesn't affect me one bit. You could take. I joke around about being diamond. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
But okay, so Bill, last thought with the changes to all of the loyalty programs, right? And what's kind of happening. Do you think they're really gearing this more towards the newer cruisers that don't know anything to really entice them to stay? The younger families I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about the middle 30-something-year-olds with, 2-year-olds, right? That want little Evie to be a lifetime cruiser. Yeah, grow up and love cruising, right? I'm one of those. My mom and dad took me on cruises every single year when I was little, and now here I am. I have a cruise channel, and I'm talking to you guys live for an hour and a half. Okay, so it does happen, right? But now is the cruise industry seeing like a time to strike it rich, right? They're seeing an influx of all these new cruisers, right? That have, and I say new cruisers if you've been on 3 cruises or less, all these new cruisers and new cruisers with young children that are hopping into the market and say, okay, well, let's entice them and have them stay. Bill isn't our target audience. Okay. Scott, unless he gets married and has a kid, is not our target audience. Okay. Not our target. They're cruising anyway. It don't matter. You don't got to really give them much. You don't got to give Bill much to cruise. He'll do it. Give him a little free room, right? But you have to be a little bit more enticing on the reward side, right? To give the families and the younger people who don't know any better. And that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Those who don't know any better, the newer cruisers, right? Is it deceivery, or is it the cruise company is really helping, right? Is it the cruise companies really trying to pad, right, their customers and the return on investment, the return customer, right, is what I'm trying to say, the return cruiser, right? Or are they just trying to slip it under the rug and just deceive everybody and just try to make more money and nickel and dime?
Oh, right? I don't think they're trying to slip anything by you. Carnival wants people that are spending money. They all do. They all want you to spend money. So they're aiming to people that gamble, that spend money on a cruise ship, that has their credit card, because they're spending money with the company. They don't want me coming on there. Oh, Carnival had a special $200 a person fare. I get the $200 and I don't spend any money on the ship. I don't gamble. They don't want me. They don't want me there. They don't care how many nights I've been on there doing that. That's what I did when I was, younger. I didn't gamble as much. But I would go on a 3 or 4 day cruise. I would work, and when I get off 3 or 4 day cruise, boom, I'm booking it. You ain't getting. I don't buy souvenirs. I did a couple of, but once I had 5, 6, 7 cruises under my belt, I didn't even buy excursions from the cruise ship. I bought them from the person on the shoreline on the at the port, because it was cheaper. So yeah, they don't want me, other than my gambling. But if I didn't gamble, there would be no reason for Carnival to want me to ever come back on their ship. Well, unless they charge me top dollar for a room.
Didn't know you were a diamond, Bill.
Yeah, see, actually I got a little gift in the mail for Christmas saying, I forget what it says. I'm diamond. I forget what it says. It says I'm diamond. I wish I wasn't thinking about it.
In case Carnival didn't think it through and now is stuck in can't fully back down, or someone will get fired. Yep. No one is following Carnival's lead. Royal went in the opposite direction.
I don't know. Royal is not. People are paying for Royal. They just charge whatever they want, and you pay. 2026. Oh, that's the code?
That's the gamble. You guys want to win a
okay.
Mr. Bill Koozie before we get out of here. We're talking about gambling. I figured I'd bring it up. Put 2026 in the chat, and you could possibly win. Don't worry, it will still work as that. But okay, you could possibly win yourself a brand new Mr. Bill Koozie, shipping included. All you got to do is pop 2026. Look, oh no, pop Mr. Bill in not Mr. Bill, sorry. Pop 2026 in the chat, and then we are going to pop this before we leave here in just a few moments. So, Mr. Bill, it's been fun to. Oh no. Oh no, to talk cruising here. But let's see here. Everyone's 2026. Yes, we will give you about 26 more seconds. Ken says, I think you are spot on, Scott. New cruisers seem more important than loyalty. We are top level with loyalty, and several cruise lines doesn't influence us on our cruise choices. And no, it doesn't, right? Because you're going to cruise and you're going to do what you want, Ken. I wouldn't say regardless of price, right? Obviously, that's going to take, you're going to take that into consideration, right? But you are going to cruise. Bill is going to cruise. I am going to cruise. It's not going to stop us. We might choose different cruises because we have more knowledge. Like, okay, I really wanted to go to Europe, but you want to know what? I'm not getting the cruise deal now. Let's go to Amsterdam or somewhere else, right? Just for instance, okay? Because we know better, right? But the cruisers, the new cruisers, like I'm saying, I think these cruise companies are trying to entice them with the cheaper cruises and bundle and package and give some of these things for free to get them on ships to feel what it feels like to actually cruise. Because some people don't know what it is like to cruise, right? And that's why I like to take first-time cruisers on their first cruise.
So let me ask you, Scott. So Carnival, like their new cruisers, they give you a bottle of water. That's enticing you to cruise? Yeah, they're not even giving you the good stuff, Scott. They're giving you a bottle of water. You know, blue, gold. You get a bottle of water, maybe a drink. Is that enticing you to come back to Carnival?
Diamonds are forever. You know,
so I don't think they may want younger people, but they want younger people who are spending money, and not just, they don't want just young. Back in our day, that's what they wanted: younger families just being on the ship. But that's not what they want now. They want people on their ships who are actually spending money.
It's true. Honestly, we are building loyalty with all of them, and it is coming down to better ships, prices, and ports. Loyalty isn't like it was for all of them. It's not. It's changing, and it's changing vastly this year for sure. And whether it's for the better or for the worse, I'm still trying to figure it out. I really don't know. I don't know, but
we'll find out.
Newer cruisers, I do.
They're taking a gamble, and we'll see who wins. But I think Carnival is they want to see if they can fill their ships up with people that are spending money.
That's right. I cruise with whoever is offering the most for least. Carnival, Royal, and Celebrity, cheap cruises and free drinks.
Yes.
There you go. I think that's all you really need anyway. All right, I'm going to give everybody 10 more seconds before we roll this here so we can let everybody take a little break before you come back and possibly see me again. D is here. Hello, D. Handmade Blessings by D Cobb. Welcome in. Happy New Year to you. Travel, right? That part, yes, for sure. Danny and Jaden, get those in there. 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna roll this. What do you say, Bill? You ready to give away a Mr. Bill Koozie?
Let's do it.
Oh no! All right, get them in because we're gonna do it. Oh no, got to do a better bongo. Give me the bongos. Let's draw it, baby. Here we go. Who's winning? Who is winning? I got a little notepad here. Who's winning the koozie? It's Handmade Blessings by D Cobb. Handmade Blessings, D Cobb. Congratulations, D Cobb. Message me, D, or email me over at controversialcruising@gmail.com, and I will get you your giveaway link. The coolest part about Bill's and I's shop here is I can send you a link It is completely free. So all you put in is your shipping address, and then your Mr. Bill Koozie gets mailed right to your doorstep. You don't pay a dime. So yeah, I think we're going to be doing more of these, maybe quarterly giveaways, monthly giveaways. I don't know. But either way, congratulations, D.
Congratulations.
Controversialcruising@gmail.com. Also on Instagram, Controversial Cruising, as well as I believe you may be in my Facebook group too as well. So you can message me on Facebook and I will get that link over to you. A bunch of congratulations. And Dee says, oh, well, thank you. Well, Happy New Year. And congratulations to Dee. And thank you for everyone coming on in. We hope you got our card. I have to check. Second round. In the first round, I don't think so. But in the second round, I'm going to go check my mailbox, actually, because I haven't checked in a few days. But I will let you guys know. Mr. Bill, thank you for a impromptu Cruise Talk Live on this special Thursday. I know next week. Hello, Eddie. Welcome in, buddy. Next week, we will be back at our regular time on Wednesday. On our regular time at 7 o'clock Eastern. So thank you, everybody, for coming on in. Mr. Bill, you have anything else for?
Nope. Thanks, everybody, for coming in.
Rest of the week.
Banter with my schedule is the same. Banter with Bill every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. New day. 5 p.m. Eastern time Monday, and be back here with Scott next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Amazing. And we will have our Get Off Our Lawn next week. So you guys can all look forward to that. So we will see you guys next week. And thank you guys very much. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye, y'all.